What it do, Dream Team? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with something that I seen you guys requested in the comment section after I made the video where the British truly evil. This is one that you guys told me to check out. Heroes Among Us Incident at Bamber Bridge. Before we dive into this, please make sure you guys subscribe, ring notification bell, give the video a thumbs up. Let's do it. Stories of courage, patriotism, and sacrifice.
Hi, I'm Mitch Mackey, president of Go for Broke National Education Center. We tell the story of the Japanese-American soldiers of World War II, of their courage, patriotism, and sacrifice as they upheld America's promise. The promise that in our nation, no one is to be judged by the color of their skin, the nation of their origin, or the God whom they choose to worship. As we all know, our nation is currently struggling with a crisis of conscience. Despite the promise of America, not all individuals in our nation have been embraced by the American value of equality.
Agreed.
In recognition and support of the Black community, Go for Broke National Education Center will be sharing stories of Black American soldiers during World War II.
Love that.
Of their courage, of their patriotism, and of their sacrifice. They upheld America's promise, and in doing so, provide us today with a moral sense of direction.
Absolutely
During
love
World War
that.
II, Black American servicemen stationed in England were generally welcomed by their British hosts in ways that were completely opposite of the Jim Crow segregationist practices back in America.
Crazy.
Black GIs would drink.
Crazy. It reminded me of if you've ever watched the movie Muhammad Ali, and we're gonna get back to this video very quickly, but Ali, and I mean the legend that is Muhammad Ali, of course. It reminds me of that scene where it's just like, because he doesn't want to go fight in Vietnam, and he doesn't want to go fight, and he's like, everybody's mad at him. They're like, you won't fight for your country? He's like, why would I fight for my country overseas in Vietnam when my country won't even fight for me right here at home? My country won't even stand up for me, right? When I want to go do this, you the one to, know what I'm saying? You the one to oppress me. You're my oppressors right here at home. So why would I go fight overseas for you? Didn't make sense. And so that just kind of reminded me of that, and saying like British were a lot more welcoming to these American soldiers than back in America, the country that they were serving, due to these Jim Crow segregation laws. So, but we gonna get back to it.
Back in America. Black GIs would drink and socialize in mixed company in British pubs, where they were not only allowed to enter, but were warmly welcomed by the locals. Black soldiers saw around them a very different reality from that which they faced at home, a non-segregated society where they were welcomed as fellow fighters against fascism rather than second-class soldiers.
I love that.
The U.S. Army authorities, however, did not condone this equal treatment.
Wow.
1943.
Are you serious?
The 1511th Quartermaster Truck Regiment, a segregated black unit, was stationed outside the town of Bamber Bridge. U.S. military authorities demanded that the town's pubs impose racial restrictions.
What?
The 3 village pubs responded with signs that read, "Black troops only."
Hey, I'm to England. Hey, the more and more videos I watch, the more and more I'm liking England. Thank you. That's just ridiculous. These soldiers are literally putting their lives on the line to fight for America. Literally sacrificing their lives to fight for America. And what is America's response? These soldiers should not be receiving equal treatment. England, you must impose segregation in your pubs. You must not allow them to drink with everybody else, to drink with the white citizens. You must not allow that. You must impose segregation. So how did the England Pope's response? Cool. That's what you want? Okay. Let's put up a sign that says black troops only. Bro, come on, England. America, bro, tripping, bro. That's ridiculous. To think that they were willing to put their lives on the line and fight for a country that didn't give a two F's about them. Didn't care about them one bit. It's ridiculous.
With signs that read, "Black troops only."
Let's go.
On the evening of June 24th, black troops and white locals were enjoying themselves at the Old Hob Inn. At closing time, white military police arrived and tried to arrest Private Eugene Nunn, a black American soldier, for not wearing the proper uniform. But they were faced with white British soldiers, both male and female, who sided with Nunn and his fellow soldiers. The incident escalated into a fistfight, and the military police were beaten back. Later, the MPs returned with reinforcements, and a battle developed in the street. Shots were fired. And Private William Crossland, one of the black soldiers, died with a bullet in his back.
That just makes me so angry, dog.
4 other injuries to black American soldiers occurred in a 5-hour confrontation, which ended at the Adams Hall Army Camp. The events of that night led to the death of 1 black soldier, significant injuries to several others, and the convictions of 27 black American soldiers, which would later be commuted or overturned.
It's so ridiculous.
The events in Bamber Bridge highlighted the vexing paradox of race relations and prejudice at the time. Despite the open armed welcome from British citizens, the U.S. Army uniform provided no protection from the racist attitudes embodied by the U.S. Army authorities. After their service, black soldiers returned stateside with little tolerance for the pervasive and prejudiced Jim Crow laws. But they soon discovered once again that their service provided no protection from the discrimination and racial violence that still permeated America. The harsh reality was that some black veterans were to be lynched, a harrowing image of suppression and racial intolerance. The struggle for equality and social justice continues on today. We at Go for Broke National Education Center honor these black American soldiers of World War II who served and sacrificed for our nation, and we continue our commitment to ensuring America's promise.
Well, that video legit just absolutely infuriated me, dog. To know that these guys who are putting their lives on the line for a country that didn't appreciate it one bit, for a country that actually wanted to make them feel less than, for a country that was racist, for a country who didn't care one bit about their lives, who were willing to take soldiers who were serving the country, they're willing to take their life for not wearing a proper uniform. They're willing to take their life, and it wasn't even about the uniform. It was the fact that the British people welcomed them with open arms. The British people that were not racist to them. You know what I'm saying? Though everybody got along, black soldiers and white locals, everybody got along together. And the racist attitude that these white American military police had, they hated it. I know it infuriated them. And so what did they do? They go and find any reason that they could to try to oppress these black soldiers, to try to put them back in their place. And shout out to the British local, shout out to the British military, shout out to the British Army, the soldiers that were there. They weren't having it. They were going to stand with those black American soldiers, and they were going to fight against those military police. Fortunately, it led to one black soldier being killed with a bullet in his back from the same people that he was serving, from the same people that he was fighting for. It led to 4 others injured from the same people that they were fighting for. 27 convicted from the same people that they were fighting for. It's just infuriating, and it's ridiculous that they can't. Not only do they have to face that at home, not only do they have to face that in America after fighting for a country that could care less about them, but to come to a completely different country and for Americans to still try to impose those same laws, those same rules on Black Americans, when England was so welcoming of them. They can't even get away from it. They go to a completely different country, and these Americans want England to conform to their rules, to their way of doing things, to their way of segregation, to make these black soldiers, put them in their place, to make them feel less than. It's just I can't stand it, and I'm gonna go ahead and end the video because I don't even want to think about it anymore, or I'm gonna be upset the rest of the day. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you guys enjoyed that reaction video, make sure you check out this one as well. And that's all we got. Boy D Neal out.